Hey guys, welcome back. This is still midweek, and I thought that I should catch up with you guys on what's happening with my reading and also in the bookish world. I'll be talking about some new releases, exciting award results that has been announced recently, and also some news from the fantasy book world. And I will wrap up with what I am currently reading. So, without further ado, let's get into it. If you don't know me already, I'm your own bookaholic brown named Angela, and I'm here in this channel to talk about books, and books. So, if you like books, please like this video, share, and also subscribe to my channel. In today's video, I am going to talk about some new releases. The first is a book which was released on 4th of May, which is The Whispering Dead by Darcy Coates. You can see the book here. Darcy Coates is known for writing great horror novels, and she is a USA Today bestseller. This book also, unsurprisingly, is a horror novel. It is said that if you liked The Haunting of Hill House, you will definitely like this book as well. The book till now out has received quite mixed rating. I would say it's at 3.62 right now in Goodreads with 50 ratings. So you could say this is an averagely good read. If any of you are fans of horror novels, please do read and let me know how you find it. Second one in the list of new releases is Be a Good Human, A Pollinator's Guide to a Better Life by Ali Beckman. Ali Beckman is a famous Instagrammer, and she uses her wit and humor to convey her messages. Please check out her Instagram handle. This is a witty, humorous, illustrated book which demonstrates the importance or the integral part that insects play in our lives as mainly as pollinators, and also it gives a different take on life. It might give you a different perspective of life as well. I am yet to read this, but looking at the reviews, I'm very intrigued and I am eager to read this book. So that is Be a Good Human by Ali Beckman. The last one in the list of new releases is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. Now, I really love mythology retellings. Ariadne is a stunning debut by the author where the story of Ariadne is not just a footnote in the tales of heroic men of Greek mythology, but her actual tragic story. If you like a real female oriented mythological retelling, go for it. I'm going to talk about some award winners that have been announced recently. First up is the Australian Book Industry Awards of 2021, and winner for the best book of the year goes to Julia Baird for Phosphorescence on Awe, Wonder, and Things That Sustain You When the World Goes Dark. And the book is exactly about that. The book talks about how we can find and nurture internal happiness when we are surrounded by grim pain and illness all around us, and it's very apt for the current times, and no wonder this book was picked as the winner. You can find the winners of the other category in the link in the description because it will take too much of time to go through each one of them, but congratulations to all the winners and especially to Julia Baird. Next up is Vogel Awards, which is Australia's most prestigious award for unpublished manuscripts, and it was won by Emma Batchelor for her book Now That I See You, which is a memoir, and it is very interesting because it's just not another memoir or biography, but it's much more relevant for our times and the controversies and discussions around gender that's going on currently. So the book is in the form of journals and emails that the author Emma has written, which chronicles her relationship with her partner Jessie leading up to 2018 when Jessie comes out as transgender, and how they both together try to figure out how to take their relationship forward and to render meaning and language to the feeling that they have towards each other. And she completely supported Jesse's transition, and also we try to understand how Emma herself is trying to figure out her way around same-sex relationship now that Jesse has transitioned. It's a very interesting personal story, but one that needs to be told, and I think I will add this to one of the 10 non-fiction books that I have vowed to read in my bookish resolutions in the beginning of this year. The Stella Prize is an Australian annual award given to Australian women writers, and it was established in 2013. It comes with a reward of 50,000 Australian dollars. And this year's Stella Award was won by Evie Wilde for her book The Base Rock. And The Base Rock is basically a gothic tale of male violence and how the repercussions of that violence affects people around them. So yeah, that's the Stella Awards of 2021. Last but not least, let's get into the most coveted book prize of all time, which is the International Man Booker Prize. We received the long list on 30th of March. Thereafter, on 22nd of April, we have the shortlisted 6 books for the prize. There are 2 books that have been translated from Spanish, 2 from French, 1 from Russian, and 1 from Danish. Let's quickly look through which are the 6 shortlisted books. First book is When We Cease to Understand the World by Benjamin Labutot, translated by Adrian Nathan West. So the book uses landmark moments from the history of science to tell a gripping story that exists in the territory between fact and fiction, progress and destruction, genius and madness. I think I'm going to read this book whether it wins or not at some point. The War of the Poor by Warwick Williard, translated by Mark Polizzotti. I'm really sorry if I am butchering any of the names. I really apologize from the bottom of my heart. So The War of the Poor is translated from French. It is set in the 16th century Germany against the backdrop of the Protestant Reformation, and it's a story of rebellion against power and privilege. We all want to hear that all the time, right? Because we always are fighting that fight in our lives in some way or the other. The Dangers of Smoking in Bed by Mariana Enrique, translated by Megan McDowell. That's my dog groaning. This book has a story which is set in contemporary Argentina and is a mix of urban realism and horror. A quick read on the book's blurb. Welcome to Buenos Aires, a city thrumming with murderous intentions and morbid desires, where missing children come back from the dead and unearthed bones carry terrible curses. The Employees by Olga Ravun, translated by Martin Aitken from Danish. The Employees is written as a series of witness statements of the crew, consisting of people who were born and those who were made working on the 6,000 ship in the 22nd century far away from the earth. The story probes into what is meant to be human emotionally and ontologically, while simultaneously delivering an overdue critique of a life governed by work and logic of productivity. I think I really like the shortlist of this year. At Night, All Blood is Black by David Diop, translated by Anna Moschovakis. It is translated from French. The book captures the tragedy of a young man's mind as it hurtles towards madness. It follows the historical account of 2 Senegalese who fought for France against Germany during World War I. Last book in the list is In Memory of Memory by Maria Stepanova, translated by Sasha Duckdale. It is translated from Russian. After the death of her aunt, Maria Stepanova sifts through the former's apartment, which is full of old photographs, postcards, diaries, and souvenirs that are a reminder of her long-forgotten life in Russia. The story explores this cultural and personal memory of an ordinary Jewish family and how it managed to survive the repressions of the last century. Those were the 6 books that were shortlisted for Man Booker Prize 2021. The result will be out on 2nd of June. So let's hope we can read 1 or 2 books out of these 6 books, and yeah, let's wait and see who the winner will be. Next up is some exciting news from the fantasy world. If you notice a difference in lighting, that's because it's nighttime now. I had to take a break because I had to finish my chores, and here I'm back with the rest of the video. So all of you know Game of Thrones. Of course, we are all Game of Thrones fans. During the last couple of seasons of Game of Thrones itself, we had the news that George R.R. Martin is in talk with HBO to do a prequel of Game of Thrones. The most popular contender was the history of House Targaryen, which is chronicled in the book Fire and Blood. I haven't read the book yet, but I have heard from the fandom that it is as brilliant as the rest of the book in the whole Song of Ice and Fire universe. Last year, we got a confirmation from HBO that they will be going for the prequel and it will be called The House of Dragons. And last week, we had the amazing, exciting announcement from HBO directly that they have started the production of the series. It will be 10 episode series for season 1, and they have an amazing lineup of actors as well, already auditioned and ready for the roles. Like I said, the series will be based on Fire and Blood. Now, the events of Fire and Blood takes place around 300 years before the events of the Game of Thrones series. Now, the makers have made it clear that there will be definitely differences between the show and the book. It will be an adaptation, not exactly line by line copy of the book. For example, the book Fire and Blood starts with Aegon Targaryen's conquest of Westeros, whereas the series starts with his great grandson Viserys the First. And Viserys the First is one of the character who is involved in the Targaryen civil war, which is called the Dance of Dragons. So we will definitely be witnessing this epic event that is again a fan favorite. What really excites me, the major USP of this particular endeavor of HBO, is that they have roped in Ramin Djawadi. I'm sorry if I am mispronouncing his name, but he is the music director of Game of Thrones. So I am expecting great things from him for this as well. George R. R. Martin will be a co-producer along with Ryan Condal, and also one of the fan favorite directors, Miguel Sapochnik, will also be one of the co-showrunner. You might know him as the director of Winds of Winter, Hard Home, and Battle of Bastards. If we look into House of Dragons official Facebook page, you will see who are the actors who will be playing different roles. I will link it in the description. You can go through that. But for me, I think I have only one familiar face, which is Matt Smith, one of the Doctor Who, and also obviously Prince Philip in The Crown. See, my favorite Doctor Who is David Tennant, and Matt Smith took over from David Tennant. I'm not that great fan of Matt Smith as such, but I have no doubts about his acting capability. You have no idea how much I'm looking forward to this show. The second news that I have from the fantasy world is that Rebecca F. Kuang, R.F. Kuang, who is the acclaimed author of the Poppy series. This series, as you know, is widely popular among fantasy fans. She has announced her next book that is about to be released, and it is called Babel, and she went with this announcement on Twitter. Then she shares this picture saying that this is the cohort, and definitely an amazing diverse cohort it is, and I'm really studying it already. She says that the book Babel is a dark academia set in 1830s Oxford that interrogates language, translation, and colonialism. It's the secret society meets Jonathan Strange, enhanced by a heady dose of violent decolonization. For those who do not know what dark academia is a subgenre, and I think this is my very limited understanding, but I think it's branched out from a Tumblr aesthetic. It's basically centered around higher education, writing, poetry, the arts, and classic Greek and Gothic architecture. Now, the subculture is associated with ancient art and classic literature. The book subgenre is especially focused on academic writing and some kind of dark mystery and very mysterious characters. This is something new coming from R.F. Kuang. She herself has admitted that in her Twitter handle. This is set to be released in August 2022, published by Harper Voyager. So that's again another year and more of waiting, but something to look forward to. Hope you like this new format of video that I prepared for you guys, because I thought that bringing you news from the bookish world might be interesting for you guys. I for sure really enjoyed compiling the information in this video and putting it all this together. I hope you too liked it. Before you know it, I will be back with another video, so please don't shy away from hitting that bell icon so that you get notified immediately. And please like and share this video. So see you soon, guys. This is Angela signing off. Bye bye.